So, are there any math wizards out there? Well, today it's your day. We are going to be studying biology, but with a twist. Are you excited? Well, I know I am. We all are aware of how cells differ in terms of size. There is a whole range of cell sizes. Check out this tiny cell right here. This is a bacteria known as mycoplasma, and it's the smallest cell ever with a diameter of something between 0.1 to 1 micrometers. Now compare that with this mighty cell. This is a bird's egg, and it's the biggest cell seen by men. Now, how about another one? Look at this long nerve cell. Nerve and muscle cells are some of the longest cells. Now, what I have just shown you here were some of extremes in terms of cell sizes. Most of the cells lie somewhere along the middle of these extremes. Do you remember the previous lesson in which I discussed how cell structure is related to its function? Well, the same idea applies here as well. Bird eggs are bulky because they contain a very large amount of nutrients for the developing young that's inside. And as for muscle cells, they are efficient at pulling different body parts together, so longer in length. Similarly, nerve cells, because of their incredible length, can transmit messages more effectively between the different parts of the body. That's beautiful. Now, what if the cell size is really small? Does that have some kind of benefit? Why? Yes, it does. Check out this RBC right here. You can see that this red blood cell is only about 8 micrometers in diameter. And this tiny size is why they can squeeze their way through the tiniest blood vessels. I mean the capillaries. Hence, ensuring all parts of the body receives oxygen. So, this shows us that in relation to volume, large cells have much less surface area as compared to small cells. Now, let's see this in light of an example. Take a look at these two cubes. This one's a large cube with a length of 30 micrometers, and here are 27 small cubes, each having a length of just 10 micrometers. Now, let's do some math. We will be comparing both the volumes and surface areas of these two cubes. So, let's start with volumes first. To calculate the volume of a cube, the formula we use length cubed. So, for the larger one, volume equals to 30 micrometer multiplied by 30 micrometer multiplied by 30 micrometer. And the answer is, yup, 27,000 cubic micrometers. And now, looking at the volume of the 27 cubes, we will first calculate for 1 and then we can easily multiply that number by 27 because there are 27 cubes. Volume equals to 10 micrometer multiplied by 10 micrometer multiplied by 10 micrometer, and this equals to 1000. 27 total small cubes, 1000 multiplied by 27 equals to 27,000. So, since the length of one small cube is 10 micrometers, the volume of one small cube would be 1000, and that makes the total volume of 27 of these to be 27,000 cubic micrometers. Did you notice something here? Both of these have the same volume. Let's now have a look at the surface area. So, for the first cube, We will calculate the area of one face by squaring the length and then multiply it by 6. That gives us 30 squared, which is 900 times 6. And there you have it, 5400 squared micrometers. Now, for the second set of cubes, just as for volume, we will be calculating the surface area for one and then multiplying it by 27. So, 6 times square of 10 micrometers is 600 micrometers squared. Now, multiplying this value of 1 cube surface area by 27, we get 16,200 micrometers squared. Wow! Now, that's a big surface area. So, what does this tell us? Do you see how despite the volumes being the same, the surface area of the larger cube is much smaller? Now the golden question. How is this relevant to our discussion? Well, a cell's need for nutrients as well as the rate of waste productions are both directly proportional to its volume. But just as our calculations prove today that large cells have much smaller surface area relative than smaller cells. So, the membranes of smaller cells can serve their volumes much more efficiently.